Morning traders, and welcome to Price Action GPS. I'm the Market Surfer here with your morning report for August 7th, 2023. Right off the bat, we're going to talk about, go to Yahoo Finance, talk about JEPI, which is JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. Fans take note, there's a new 10% dividend yield competitor in town. So JP Morgan has figured out a new avenue to create money, and basically it's an ETF. Also, SPI ETF is a tax efficient, and it uses SPX index options classified as Section 1256 contracts, 60% long term, 40% short term. The trade-off, the strategy certainly helps to juice yields, but as with anything in life, there is always a trade-off. While the SPYI mentions the potential for equity appreciation in rising markets, selling covered calls caps this upside at certain point because of its price of the underlying stock rises above the strike price. That's an additional upside that the SPOI investors miss out on. Although true, you wouldn't get the returns you're getting if that happens. That's the potential downside. So as you're getting paid, you can continue to watch the risk. But the bottom line is they're figuring ways to come up with more money. And they're selling covered calls, which are options. So they're creating very ingenious ways to generate revenue. So there's always a market to trade. When one's dying, they create a new market to just keep money moving, and that's just what this is. So one thing this I will say about this, offers investors ample diversification. It holds 506 stocks, and its top 10 holdings account for 30.7% of its assets. Below, you can take a look at the SPYI's top 10 holdings. This is good too. These are top companies that are staples of the S&P. They're the most weighted ones. So this is a good little piece of information. I will put this in the notes. Going to this morning bid market yield to U.S. curve. They had Asian markets from the financial. So basically, what they're looking for is perhaps counterintuitively from stock market perspective, at least, this is partly due to resilience of the U.S. economy, a soft landing or even no landing narrative gathering momentum, and J.P. Morgan on Friday became the latest Wall Street bank to remove or delay their U.S. recession call. Interesting in Japan, though, U.S. officials, U.S. fiscal worries are also growing, however, and the Bank of Japan's recent yield curve control surprises lifted Japan's bond yields. I'm definitely interested in Japan because demographically, America is in the same problem Japan was in the 90s. The difference is we have imported a lot of labor through immigration, illegal or legal, it doesn't matter. There's people here that are willing to work. So that I would say that would be the difference between our market and Japan's market, even though we're going through similar issues. But basically, this article is telling you that the quarters that are coming up, and I keep saying this. Yeah, you have good quarters, bad quarters. You'll have. I'm more worried about their guidance, their forward guidance. I want to know what these people are thinking. So that article will be there as well. Today's earnings highlights will be Palantir. I'll pull up their chart real quick. There's Palantir. I've said since we got to this spot, this is not necessarily a buy section, we're up to resistance. I would expect, regardless of what earnings say, I would expect this to come back down to support. Doesn't necessarily have to crash, but I would say a 1083. Closing that gap would be a tough one. I don't necessarily know we're going to do that, but I think we stay above 950. Maybe get down to 955. And that might be an opportunity to pick some of that up. So what else we have? Beyond Meat. Obviously, they're expecting bad. BioNTech. Excuse me. Paramount Global, Skyworks Solutions, Spirit Real Capital, Tyson Foods, let me go one. Tuesday, UPS. So, plus maybe they'll have a little more information on the strike going on. Duke Energy, Celsius. Well, no, that's not the same one. Thought that was the crypto company. Eli Lilly, Energizer, Fleet Corp, Fox Corp. Wow, tomorrow there's a lot. So what are we looking at this week? Consumer credit tomorrow. See what that says. The Fed, Philadelphia Fed, U.S. trade balance, U.S. wholesale inventories. Yeah, I guess that would matter. Because if we're built up an inventory again, then that's more deflationary. Because they're not going to buy more raw materials to build new material if they still have a lot of inventory. So this is probably an important number. Thursday, initial jobless claims. Well, these numbers are going to be what they are, but when you combine these and a lot of the earnings coming out with the banks and some big corporations over the next few weeks and China's earnings for the quarters, this August could start the momentum that we may not see until late September, October. I think we're still going to have a real hard push down in the economy until next spring. I don't know what the catalyst is going to be. It could be one of many things. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Right now I'm going to go back to the charts. Start with Bitcoin. 4-hour chart. It's just finding its way to get some support. So probably go off for a third high. We might have to come down to there first. I'm sure with all the news and stuff coming out, it'll wreak havoc on that. Well, the dollar has rebounded. The dollar is got to that low right there, the 99, which goes back to, what's that date? Thursday, 21st of April, 2022. When we hit that, there's enough buying power there that pushed the dollar up, right back up to resistance. Probably not going to go through all of them. The euro dollar, same thing. It looks just like the dollar right now. But that top right there is significant. On the weekly, actually. See, we hit that 200 period moving average, and I think that's as much resistance. And I would imagine we're probably heading back down to here. Skim across here. Amazon. Look at Amazon real quick. Although they have earnings coming out, I see their forward guidance is probably being bad. If they don't meet, if their numbers are good, I would expect their forward guidance not to look good, because that right there is right up against resistance. They should push back down to, if we're having a long drawn out downward momentum, so November of 24, we could head down from here to November of 24. These things usually take about 18 months to 2 years. So if this does unravel, we're going to have a lot of issues to deal with workers and unemployment and things. Because there's more money needed in the system than ever before. So if people go out and you get stimulus checks and things like that, they'll scream about inflation. But can you imagine, like, the cost of everything is so high, regular unemployment is probably not going to cut it for most people. So that's going to be another discussion that they're going to have in politics. U.S. 2-year, I think it kind of broke the back. I think once we got under that, we'll come back up and hit that resistance. But I think we're failing down here. Rates are going to start dropping. Okay, here's an interesting one. I think when the unemployment starts ticking up, then the rates will start coming down. I think they will be inverse of one another. When unemployment really starts kicking in between, I would say, September through November, we'll probably have massive layoffs. And when that happens, then the rates will go down. Because no one's going to be spending money, obviously. Look at this. We're heading down to that 116 mark, and to me, that is the catalyst. Once we get down to that number, they will buy these up, push the price up, and change the way the market is. I don't know. I won't say looking, but the forward-looking part of the market. SDS looks like so it looks like the S&P is going to take a little bit of a tank because they're building up a lot of momentum in that pro shares ultra short S&P 500, which is the SDS. Apollo Group, that should probably be it for them. Here's Palantir. They have earnings today, or is it today? Yep. Starbucks, that should probably start falling down to the 600 period moving average. Spotify and PayPal, waiting for them to bottom out. Generac, same thing, same pattern type. That's the 5-minute chart that no one cares about. I think we're pretty topped out on the charts, guys. We'll start seeing this things roll over. Man, I remember Microsoft was like a $30 stock. All right, everyone. With that being said, this is a value for value endeavor. Whether you're watching this on No Agenda Tube or YouTube, wherever you're watching this, give us a thumbs up, like us, give us comments. Most importantly, if you're watching this on anything but a modern podcast app, go to newpodcastapps.com or go to podcastapps.com. I'm sorry, they keep updating it. So podcastapps.com, get a Podverse or CurioCaster. They work well with video, and you can watch this anytime you want. Little lightning tag on there. You can boost. You can send a boost to Graham, which will be, through the Lightning Network, and we could read it. Most importantly, let us know what you think of what we're doing or what I'm doing. I would love to help. I love doing this. This is mainly for friends and family anyway. There's a few people that I have met on No Agenda in the No Agenda community, which continue to watch the videos on No Agenda Tube. So once again, thanks everyone. I appreciate your support. Please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, pass it along, give us some feedback. Until next time, see you guys. Stay safe.